You're watching Spirit Magic for Singers, a series of self care rituals to invoke peace, boost immunity, and rewire your brain for happiness. Let's jump in.
Hello, welcome to the Bold Vocal. My name is Carissa Schrader, and today we are going into Tech Tuesday, which is when we use our technology to improve our vocal technique. So, this week's theme that I've been working through is joy versus grief. I think there's a lot of grief going around right now as I'm working through this series. We're in the middle of quarantine. I think it's week 3 or 4 here in California. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, because I feel like focusing on it too much has the potential to create a lot of anxiety in me. So I'm kind of taking it day by day. But it does seem as though grief is a theme. We're all sort of mourning our former life. We're mourning all kinds of concerts and plays that we had planned, weddings and birthdays that we had planned, trips and travel that are no longer happening. And it is, a scary situation with jobs and rent and mortgages and bills. And this is a tough time we're going through. So it is natural to feel grief through life's unexpected and difficult transitions. And also, I have a couple of friends and myself that just so happens this time of year is one of the anniversaries of people we've lost. So late March, early April, early spring, there are a few people around me that this is a tough time of year anyway. So today, what does this have to do with vocal technique, you say? Nothing really. A couple ways that grief affects your vocal technique is one, if you're crying, it's very, very difficult to sing. And there is a physiological reason behind that, which is that it's called the epiglottis, which is this little flap of tissue that closes over your windpipe when you swallow. And it does that to prevent you from choking. So this is like a pulley mechanism. When you swallow and you engage these muscles to swallow, it goes whoop and it closes over the windpipe. So it's one of the reasons we don't want to engage the swallow muscles when we're singing, because it impedes airflow, which we need to produce vocal tone. But a really cool thing about your body is that when you cry, the tears actually flood into your nasal cavity as well. So it's not just like mucus that comes out of your nose when your nose starts to run when you cry. It's actually like a saline body fluid like tears. So your swallow mechanism, the epiglottis, that little leaf-like flap, actually engorges. It gets swollen, which is that kind of that lump in your throat that you feel when you're going to cry. And that lump in your throat serves to protect you, wait for it, from choking on your own tears. The body is incredible. And this is all tied together with your instrument, which is susceptible to emotion. It's susceptible to inflammation, which happens when we're in a depression or a constantly stressed out or anxious state, which happens often around painful transitions in life. So the voice is absolutely affected by grief. And there's a couple of ways that I am asking us this week to just invite joy into our lives. So it's not to deny grief or to shove it under the rug or pretend we're just fine. That's actually going to make things worse. A lot of what we're working on this week is being able to work through the grief, be with the grief, learn to sort of become acquainted with it in a way that isn't so violent. Just become a wave in the ocean, right? So the exercise today, using technology to up your vocal technique, is also going to help us work through grief in this way. So today's crystal that I have chosen to work with is green aventurine. I used yellow aventurine this week in this series too with the golden milk. And this one is going to be, sorry, backwards. The one that I'm using today, because grief is often stored in our heart chakra, which is represented by green. So this is a great stone to kind of heal the energies right in the heart chakra. It's right in the breastbone area, right in the center of your chest. And grief often gets stuck here as well as in the throat chakra, which of course as singers is a pretty pretty important chakra for us, right? But essentially, what we want to do today is move some of that stuck, stagnant energy through the body by singing, okay? So a couple little tricks. The first thing I want you to do, and now this actually threw a total wrench in my plan, and you can rethink this if this doesn't work for you. I have chosen the song Lovely Day by Bill Withers to work with for this week. And the technology is to get out your headphones or get out your Spotify or your iTunes or your YouTube to look up Lovely Day by Bill Withers. And there's an exercise I'm going to lead us through with that. However, as I wrote that a day or two after I created this series, Bill Withers passed away. And it's so sad. But I actually think that makes it even better for this lesson in grief, because it's sad when our heroes die. It's absolutely devastating. It reminds us of our own mortality, and it also makes us think about our own legacy. What are we going to leave behind us, and are we creating a body of work that people will love, that will influence generations to come? So it creates a lot of introspection when we lose our heroes like that. So I actually would like to stay with Bill Withers' Lovely Day as our song for the week. If this triggers too much grief for you, for any reason, if you're grieving Bill Withers, if the song itself reminds you too painfully of something, then don't use this. You can choose your own song, because what's important in all of these exercises is that what we're doing doesn't traumatize you further. We want to ease trauma. We want to ease pain. We want to relieve grief, not stir it up more. However, this song is beautiful, and maybe you can use this as an opportunity to grieve Bill Withers a bit and his legacy. But yeah, the voice isn't going to work very well if you're crying, so that's not the intention. The intention actually is to cultivate joy here. If you need to cry and tears come through, then you just have to let that. That's part of the process. Okay, so the first round of this song and how we're going to work with it to cultivate joy is we are going to just listen. We're going to listen to it one time through, top to bottom, and listen. So with singers, one thing I'm noticing with people who come in, and I say, hey, this time we're just going to listen, don't sing. It's so hard for everyone not to sing. Many, many people, the majority of my clients, when I say, don't sing this time, they do anyway. And I don't know if they're not aware of it, like it's such a habit, or they're like, oh, let me check in, or they forget, and it's like a mindless singing. I don't really know. But let me tell you something, singers and people and humans who interact with other humans and music, listening is equally as important as singing. Maybe a little bit more important, maybe 60-40, because your ears need to give you a set of data that your brain can then interpret and send through the voice. And if you're not letting that set of data get internalized first, you're essentially kind of like spinning yourself around, turning out all the lights, and then looking for the song. You're just disoriented. So a skill I'd love to see you as singers cultivate is just listening. And listening for some nuance. So a few things you could listen for in this playthrough are the vocal qualities. Things like vibrato. Does he use it? When does he use it? Is it all over the place, or is it just in certain places? Is it a wide vibrato pattern, or is it a tight vibrato pattern? How does he cut off his words? Is he sloppy in vowels, or is he really, very formal with his vowels? How is he pronouncing things? Can you hear him breathing on the record? Can you hear that life breath coming into him and supporting the song? And does that give you an idea of where you need to breathe in the song? So all of these things, these tonalities, the richnesses in the voice, where does it ring? Listen for that and really focus your mind's eye into that listening. So close your eyes if you need to. Start over if you need to. And if you find that your mind has wandered off and Bill Withers is just playing in the background while you sit there and think about your grocery list, then just gently come back to the song. It's almost like a meditation. We're gonna focus our mind's eye really into how his voice is interacting with the music, and see if you can hear something unique that you've never heard before, no matter how many times you've heard this song. See if there's something you can find in there. Okay, so that's lesson one, and really you could repeat that as many times as needed. You might find all kinds of fascinating things in there, especially those of us who have sung in cover bands for a long time, and we sing these songs, but with other people and in different arrangements and in different keys. When we start to perform those songs, sometimes we don't revisit them for many years because we hear it all the time in the context of a live band. And then you go back and listen and you're like, wow, I'm not doing this at all like that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but maybe you can find these little nuances that you'd like to call back into your own interpretation of the song. But I really want that first pass to just wash over you. Sit and bathe in that music, okay? Now, the second pass through, you're going to sing, but you are not going to sing the words. And this is a bit silly, which is good because we're trying to cultivate joy and happiness and this positive well-being feeling. So we're going to return to our heart chakra, our green aventurine, if you have it. Jade is also an awesome heart crystal. You don't need crystals, of course, but if you like to play with them, I think it helps keep my ADD on track. Come back to earth right here. The second pass through, we're gonna say yum. So you're like, what? So yum, 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 instead of words. So each syllable gets a yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Right? So that's the melody to Lovely Day by Bill Withers, and I'm singing it on yum. Couple of reasons we like yum. One, it is actually the sound associated with the heart chakra. So this actual sound we're pronouncing yum has the power to kind of vibrate in the chest and up here and just move that energy through us. So getting the heart wheel spinning, yum is the sound that is associated with it. And it's actually a sound I use all the time in training singers because it has two really fun things about it. It's got the y from yum, y, which is an E vowel into a Y, which promotes a neutral laryngeal position, the vowel. So you're not going to be raising the larynx when you start to get into higher notes. It's going to train you to keep that really nice neutral laryngeal position. And then which is naturally resonant. So it's going to be really forward on the lips, right in the mustache area, maybe in the teeth. You're going to feel that resonance in your body. So you can feel those vibrations picking up and echoing throughout the body. And what I want you to do is think about connecting those. So yum, 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 yum. It might start to sound like meow almost. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 meow, 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 meow. See how that kind of like morphed into a meow almost? Because we want to connect those. So the Y and the M weave together into a sound, and everything is going to keep that energy nice and forward. So for singers, this is developing resonance and neutral laryngeal position. For hippies and stoners and weirdos and yogis like me, you are working through the vowel associated with the heart chakra, okay? And you're singing it over a beautiful tune with lovely lyrics and a good energy about it. The last exercise, even if you're not a singer, I encourage you to do this step too, which is to sing the song at full volume in full voice. So you've now listened really intently. Maybe you've even made some notes about what you heard. You've gone through and sung the song on yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, it feels so good. And then we're going to go ahead and sing it. Then I look at you. And the world's all right with me, right? So you're going to sing it along with the recording. If you've got your crystal, just hang on to it. Let it ground you. Let it give you this calming, healing energy that you can absorb and move through some of these emotions. And I encourage you to move your body. You notice as soon as I started singing it, I kept the beat, right? And if I had that music on full blast right now, I would stand on my feet and I would get up and dance and move as I sing. So let this become kind of an athletic purging of the voice. Move energy through your body by movement and by singing. And I encourage you to open up and smile and have some fun. And if you don't think you're a good singer, who cares? Just get out there and do it for the joy, because we're cultivating joy. It's been really lovely to be here with you virtually today. I hope you're enjoying the series. This has been Tech Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow for Good Witch Wednesday. And make sure you're taking really good care of yourselves out there. Hydrate, get plenty of sleep, get off the internet sometime. Go outside just for a little bit. Don't go party. Just go outside for a moment. It'll be good for you. I love you. Namaste.
You've been watching Spirit Magic for Singers. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you liked this content, take a quick second and hit the subscribe button. It's a free and easy way that you can show some huge support for my small, heart-centered business. If there's anything you'd like to learn from me in the future, feel free to leave me a comment and I will check it out. Have an awesome day, friends.